Caitlin Clark height is making a quiet statement. First of all, size in basketball is normally a myth. But when it comes to Caitlin Clark's height, the tape measure actually tells a story that matters. By the time we get to the 2026, first of all, size in basketball is normally a myth. But when it comes to Caitlin Clark's height, the tape measure actually tells a story that matters. By the time we get to the 2026 season, Clark is no longer just a shooter. She is a physical problem. Caitlin Clark is tall at 6 feet 0 inches, 183 centimeters. Does that sound average? Maybe in the NBA. However, in the WNBA, a 6-foot point guard with a flamethrower arm is a nightmare. It is not only about getting to the top shelf. It is concerning the manner in which she employs that frame to shame defenders on a nightly basis. Why Caitlin Clark height matters on the court. Why is it that everybody is obsessed with those few inches? Since in professional ranks, the role of the point guard is commonly taken by smaller, agiler players. Most guards are out there at 5'8". So, her height officially clocks in at 6 feet. She is essentially playing with a cheat code. Vision and passing. Look at the floor. Most guards see a wall of arms. Because her height provides a literal bird's eye view, she sees the backdoor cut before the defender even thinks about moving. It's not magic. It is simply that she is 6 feet tall and has a faster brain than you do. She throws those cross-court lasers since she can literally see over the double team. Shooting over defenders. We've all seen the logo L shots. They are ridiculous. Here, however, is the matter which no one would wish to confess. Those shots are successful due to her point of release. Her 6-foot body maintains the ball high. They cannot get to the ball even when a defender is all over her. It is admittedly annoying to see when you are cheering the opposing side. Comprehensive physical profile. More than height. You have not been listening if you suppose she is just a tall, skinny shooter. You must be a tank to survive the league in 2026. Caitlin Clark's height is the foundation, but the rest of her stats have finally caught up. Current physical stats, 2026. Height, 6'0", 183 centimeters. Weight, 170 elves, 77 kilograms. Wingspan, 6'4", 193 centimeters. Position, point guard / shooting guard. Reach, elite for her position. The secret weapon, her wingspan. The height is alright, but the wingspan is the murderer. Some guards possess an average wingspan, but the 6'4" wingspan of Clark is an exception. This section literally aggravates other players. She is able to poke the ball at a distance that seems safe. It is the reason her WNBA physical stats are so misleading. The distance that she can cover is not supposed to be covered by a person who is 6 feet in height. Comparing Caitlin Clark height to other WNBA stars. How does she stack up? The lead is becoming larger and quicker, yet Clark never loses her own. Clark versus other guards. Draw parallels with such legends as Skylar Diggins-Smith, 5'9", or more recent speedsters as Aari McDonald, 5'6". The additional few inches do not sound like much until there is a bounce about it. Clark is not only taller, she is rangier. She uses the Caitlin Clark's height to post up smaller guards, which is basically bullying. And it works. Clark versus forwards. She is not going to outmuscle a 6'9" center in the paint. Obviously. However, at 6 feet, she is able to switch onto a forward, and she is not crushed entirely. It provides the Indiana Fever with a versatility that is the envy of most teams. She is able to challenge shots which other guards would have to watch as they go in. College to pro. Remember the Iowa days? She was lean. Perhaps a bit too skinny to be in the pro league. However, the switch to the WNBA altered things. The Caitlin Clark's height stayed the same, but the power behind it shifted. 2024 rookie season. She was measured at 155 elves. She got bumped around a lot. 2026 season. She is now closer to 170 elves of lean muscle. She was no longer the child who was pushed off her place. This time, it is she who is pushing. The extra strength made her 6-foot frame a shield. She pulls up to the hoop, receives the contact, and goes on anyway. It is the type of growth that is only witnessed among players who are obsessed with the game. Effects of height on the Caitlin Clark effect. The Caitlin Clark effect is not merely a highlight thing. It's about presence. There is a story that she is just a lucky shooter. Frankly speaking, that story is tiresome. She is a 6-foot athlete who works harder than anybody. She is the ideal superstar due to her height. She is not a 6'9" center who plays in the paint. She is a 6-foot guard-style player. Young athletes see Caitlin Clark's height and realize they don't have to be a giant to dominate. They just have to be skilled, and perhaps mean too on the court. Tall order to critics. Her height isn't just a line on a program. It's a tactical advantage. She is 6 feet tall and has the vision to break down a defense as well as the size to complete at the rim. She has managed to match her natural length with a much more powerful 2026 body. The opponents may attempt to defend the shot. They may attempt to cut off the pass. However, they cannot alter the reality that she is watching the game at a level that they would not be able to achieve. She is tall, she is strong, and she will be likely to beat your favorite team. FAQ: Is Caitlin Clark as tall as she claims to be? Yes. Her 5'11" rumors of her early days are eased. Official 2026 rosters and combined measurements confirm her height is a true 6'0". No shoes, no fluff. What is the current weight of Caitlin Clark? She is roughly 170 pounds. She worked in the weight room to ensure that she was no longer bullied in the paint. The additional weight was all muscle, her core and legs. What is the wingspan of Caitlin Clark? It sits at a solid 6'4". That is why she can snatch steals and make those odd, high-arcing layups over centers. It provides her with a range that is lacking in most 6-footers. Is her height a plus to her rebounding? Look at the box score. She is always bringing down 7 or 8 boards per game. She is 6 feet tall at the guard spot, and long rebounds are hers. She does not wait for the bigs to do the job.